Matt Stepp with Dave Campbell's Texas Football back here at the Texas High School Coaches Association Convention in beautiful San Antonio, Texas. Here with the head coach of the Garland Naaman Forest Rangers, Coach Marvin Sedberry Jr. Coach, thanks for taking a few minutes to chat with us today.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you having me.
All right, Coach. Now, first thing is you are a coach's kid.
Yes.
Do you know how many coaching schools you've been to coming up? And I know you went to a bunch with your dad when he was knocking around the state, winning a lot of ball games.
Man, I honestly don't know because we were trying to figure that out today. I just actually got to talking to Coach Criswell, who my dad worked for when they were in Denison and back in those days. And so I was thinking of, okay, I've been coaching now. This is going to be starting my 18th year, and then I can't even tell you before then. I mean, it's just.
Did you go to a lot when you were a kid?
We went to a couple.
Yeah.
It wasn't a whole bunch, just wasn't kind of our thing, I guess.
Okay, all right. Now, being a part of THSCA,
yes, sir.
Talk about what it means to be a high school coach in the state of Texas, and just kind of what it means to be a part of that organization, how important it is for coaches to be involved in THSCA.
It's super important. I make my staff. Everybody comes. It's kind of not an optional thing because I think they need to see both the communication side of it, the networking, but then they also need to see the business side of it. A lot of people don't understand anymore what's going on, and like everybody's talking about I think the buzzword to me of this convention has been football's under attack. From everything from the CTE, the concussions, all of that, to the physicality. They're changing the rules of the NCAA from cut rules, and so when you go and tell your staff, they're just like, "Where'd you get that information, Coach?" Or they just read it online, and they don't understand that our UIL researches that THSCA is battling for us, and so they get to see that here at the convention, every year, and at the regional meeting at the midway point. It's huge. If you're not a part of the association, then you're not taking the profession seriously, in my opinion.
Yeah, we saw you last year down in Houston. You were there with Coach Miller from Lakeview Centennial. You were giving him a hard time. So you got the interview in before Coach Miller can be around to mess with you too much.
I tell him he's my idol, because we call him the. It's funny, he was just on stage, and so there was a meme going around, and it had him president of THSCA just being funny. And it had him at a podium talking, and I said, "You guys need to stop." But no, Coach Miller's a really good guy. He's helped me out a lot.
And you were here earlier when Ragsdale was on with South Garland. You were giving him a hard time. Garland ISD really does a great job in supporting you guys, because Garland ISD is a big district. You guys have seven 6A high schools. A lot of big districts don't support their coaches. It's kind of, some of them have to pay for it on their own to come down here. So talk about, Garland, the support you guys get from your administration.
Coach Odenwald has really provided a family atmosphere for us. He meets with us and, all 7 head coaches and campus coordinators, and he talks to us about, supporting one another. Yeah, we're going to get after it on Friday night, on game night, in every sport and those things. But at the same time, it's Garland ISD versus everyone else. We're going to support each other in the first round. We're going to support each other when it's not against each other. And I think that's huge, and it's important because it builds over with the staff. You don't have, animosity, even if, win or lose, because, obviously my first 2 years there, I took it on the chin, and, I think with Garland's unique situation of open enrollment and all of that, you have to understand you're going to have up years, you're going to have down years, and so it comes in a cycle, and everybody's supportive of each other.
Now, speaking of up years, I think in our magazine, we think highly of you guys. We think you guys have a chance to have a great season. You broke through last year and had a really good year and kind of turned some heads. Looking ahead to 2018, you got a little bit of a target in your back now. You're not the hunter, you're the hunted. How do you talk to your kids? What has your message been to the kids this offseason about taking that target and still being able to maintain that high level of play?
It's really crazy because we've really this is a new position for us. Our first 2 years we struggled. We were 1-19, and turning that around. And I always go back to the season after the 0-10 season, because our first year we went 1-9, the second year we went 0-10. And so the first day we got to practice after coming off the 0-10 season, the year that we made the playoffs the first time there, we took a brick and we painted it black. And we put, 1-19 on it, and I held it up, and I said, and I told the coaches, kids, everybody standing at the fence before we even go into the field, and I said, nobody's going to talk about it. I said, we're not going to hold you. It's not your fault. It's not our fault. We're not going to talk about the positives, the negatives. We're not even going to bring it up. It's gone. And so we took it. I slammed it on the concrete. It broke in half, and then I put it in the trash. I said, we're done with it. And I said, so the message was, let's move forward. Because that's the thing about today's youth. They have short-term memories anyway. Yeah. But at the same time, time, they have to understand that, where are we headed? So we laid a vision and a plan out, and I asked my staff, I said, hey, will you guys stay together for 2 years? And everybody did. Nobody left, and it's been great, and so the message we're giving the kids is, nobody expected us to do anything. We switched from the spread to the wing tee. Our defense got better, and they finished in the top 3 2 years in a row now. And I think it's been just a direct correlation of everybody buying in. We actually did home visits. I don't know if you've seen it on Twitter. We did the pictures.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that you guys did the home visits.
Well, it's about the parents understanding, too. Like, we took home where we thought should be, like, meal plans, when workouts are. Because sometimes those kids don't relay messages home, and it's
I
more.
have teenagers, and I get it. I get it, Coach.
And they can't understand, why are you up here at 6 a.m.? Why are you there at 10 p.m.? Why is this coach telling you to do this and that? And it's like making them all part of what we call our #1link and making them part of the family. And it's just like, even when nobody's watching, do the right thing. If you're supposed to be here to lift, come lift. If you're supposed to be in class, be in class. And I just feel like once, after those first 2 years were over, everybody bought into that, and we kind of set up a point system and all of those things, it took off. And, right now we do have the target on our back.
You do a little bit. And you mentioned you guys are a wing tee team, and in today's spread offense society and world, everybody's wanting to spread it out, throw it 30, 40 times a game. Talked to Ragsdale a little bit. He's a single wing guy.
Right.
You feel like running the wing tee gives you guys not only a little bit of an edge from a schematic standpoint, but something that your kids, have really bought into, and it's their identity. Do you feel like they've kind of bought into that?
I think they have. It was fun hearing a few minutes ago the coach from Rice talk about, impose your will in the run game. And one of the things, like I said, and I hate to keep dwelling on that 0-10 season, but we talked about our kids.
I'm surprised that you wanted to dwell on it.
It's not, because it's such a vital part of who we are now. Mm-hmm. And so when we came in, I made the decision as soon as the season was over. I was like, we got to do something different. I don't know what that was at the time. Covering my Lake Highlands days, we ran the wishbone, ran the wing tee, we went to the spread, and so I was like, we got to do something different. We got to do something different. My brother at that time was working for Chip Kelly with the Eagles, and it was like, okay, do we stay with the spread tempo stuff? I'm like, but we're getting our head beat in doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So I said, well, I ran the wing tee in high school. Our current O-line coach was a guy that coached me in high school, Coach Carpenter, and he'd been a head coach before. So we decided, hey, we're going to go to the wing tee. But we never told the kids that, because I was like, we were scared, especially in Garland being open enrollment. They're like, we're not going to Naaman to run the wing tee. So one day we just went outside. We started doing some things. And then one of the kids, I'll never forget it, we've been doing about a month and a half, and the kid comes in and says, Coach, this is old school. I was like, what do you mean? He says, I was YouTubing some stuff. Coach, like, these people, like, when you say down, they, like, put their butt in the air. And we all started laughing. So I sat the kids down. I said, okay, guys, here's the deal. This is called the wing tee. And I said, we're still going to throw it around a little bit, but we're going to take our shots at the opportunity. I said, but the thing is, we're going to do something different. I said, nobody else is doing it. I said, keep it a secret. And so I said, don't tell your friends, because in Garland, everybody knows everybody. And I said, don't tell anyone. They were like, yes, sir. And they're like, so it was funny because we got the spring ball, and at the spring game, we actually ran the spread. Yeah. We hadn't worked it a day, and I said, just get back in and do what you remember.
So everybody's watching. I'm going, man, Naaman's going to be terrible again this year.
It is. And so first game, we come out that next year, and, we beat Richardson 28-0. Yeah. And it was like sold. And it just took off. Parents were like, you did the right thing. I was like, yeah, you said that. I don't know if it would have happened the other way, but it's really been a great thing for us.
All right. Final question for you, Coach. We're busting out the wheel of questions once again. Now, this thing has got some hard questions and some easy ones. I want you to give it a whirl, and you got to answer it honestly.
Got to answer.
Your answers will not be held against you.
Okay.
So give it a whirl and see what it comes up with. What'd you get?
What does that say? Crazy play call that worked?
All right, yeah.
That's easy.
So, all right.
That's easy.
It could be a trick play. It could be any unexpected play. Well, tell us about a time when one of those worked for you. And you look like a genius to all the coaches in the stands.
We're playing Sherman, and we're in overtime. This is 2 years ago. And it's overtime. We picked them off in overtime. We get the ball back. We drive the ball. We got first and goal from like the 5. We run a play. And so it's like second down. We run ISO. We get stuffed, and it's like 3rd and 1. Well, we know we're going to score in the next play. We went to our jumbo package, our heavy package, and we were going to run the ISO weak. Well, our quarterback decided to throw the slant route to DA, and so it's kind of chaotic. The clock's running down, and I'm like, black 13, because on the wristband, black 13. I'm yelling it out and everything. And so Coach Bland, my offensive coordinator, he says, Coach, what are you doing? What are you doing? I was like, I'm calling the ISO. He goes, no, it's not. Down, said, go, boom. And it was the slant on 3rd and 1. Well, it hits his chest. It pops up. He snatches it out of the air. We win. Game's over. And everybody's going crazy. Everyone's like, that's a great call, Coach. Nobody was expecting it on 3rd and 1. I was like, me neither. So sometimes you got to have some luck. But
a little
it was,
luck never hurts.
It was crazy.
But everybody in the stands thought you were a genius, right?
That's it. So I was claiming that was the best play call ever in my life.
The best play calls are the ones that score touchdowns, right?
Kids bail you out, man.
There you go.
It's a great thing.
Coach, appreciate your time.
Hey, thank you, sir.
Appreciate you, and good luck in 2018, and we'll see you in week 1 against Prosper.
Are you coming?
I might. We'll see.
Come on, 11 o'clock. We're there.
There you go.